Hey, what's up guys? Today is November 7th, 2020, and it's another Saturday noon. I'll be reviewing a 2021 expiration date, Lithuanian Armed Forces ration, menu number 9. I'm not exactly sure what the main course of this menu is, since Google Translate didn't really work. Supposedly there's some pork or barley or egg in there, I'm not sure. Got multiple different results. So, it's basically 2 months since the last time I reviewed a Lithuanian ration. And that was my first review, and that got pretty good reception, so I suppose this one hopefully will as well. So we already know what's going to be in here, and this is the empty pack. So let's get straight into it. Almonds, pretty cool. Last time we got hazelnuts in menu number 10. We have the Rusks, which are the hard wheat crackers. And then accessory pack number 1, we have fuel tablets, which I won't be using, a zip tie, very small zip tie, flimsy spoon, Degtukai matches, and a lemon moist towelette. So let's put this stuff on the side. Pretty cool, but very standard. Let's see what else we got. Vitamin C drink, cherry flavored, which we got last time was a lemon one, I think. Pretty cool. Ooh, chicken broth. Not bad. And these nice classic chocolates from a company that is fairly well renowned from what I know. And then, not sure what this is again. This might be honey again, I think, or some kind of jam. And lastly, we have sugar. These are the contents. So, pretty interesting. Oh, here we go. Pork with a pearl barley porridge. Very interesting. Nice. So I'm assuming that's going to be our main course right here, which I think is 240 grams. So let's cut this open. So 2 months in to this review channel, and today is a very warm Saturday, 70 degrees Fahrenheit with tons of sun, as you guys can see. So pretty reminiscent of the first review, flameless ration heater. And here's our main course. So let's start with the chicken soup, I guess. Chicken broth. Since I need to use my hot water to heat up my main, might as well just take out some of that water first and put it in a bowl. So as you guys can see, it's a very fine, refined broth with some grains of herbs. Smells very herby as well. Nice. Okay, let's put the last of that in. I'm not sure how much water to put in here. Oh, it says 400 milliliters of boiling water. Wow. So this bowl probably won't even fit most of that. So I'm just gonna put a bit less. 400 mils. I guess we'll just, this is about 300 or so, I think. All right, and let's put our main in the hot water. So here's the retort pouch. We're just gonna heat it up in there. It's not gonna heat up as well because there's not much water in there, but whatever. Oh, it's burning hot. All right, let's leave that aside. Okay, let's get started. I'm very, very excited. High hopes for this one. So let's start with the chocolate, because I don't want it to melt. It's kind of stuck together. But there you go. There's the brand. It's a nice light color, not from oxidation. Let's take a bite. Melts in your mouth. Sweet, not too creamy. Not like Hershey's, but a much higher quality tasting chocolate. And you can taste the cocoa in there. It's very genuine. Gotta lick it off my fingers. It's absolutely delicious. And let's get these crackers open as well so we can try it together. And these crackers are very hard. Once again, they smell like a sweet honey cracker, but more like a bread. I'm not sure what the grains are in there. Last time I tried it, it almost had a cumin smell to it. So let's try to take a bite of this without breaking our teeth. So it smells sweet. It comes off more salty. And there's a weird or interesting, some sort of spice that tastes kind of like cumin. So you take a bite of the cracker and take a bite of the chocolate. You get a delicious combination. It should satisfy your sweet cravings, give you all that energy, and it's a really good texture. The contrast between the crackers and the chocolate, of course. Very, very good. All right, let's see what this is. Ooh, nice. So this is like a berry jam. I can't tell what berry this is because the smell is not strong at all. So let's just try a bit of it on its own. As you can see, it's a sweet, dark red hue. It's like amber almost, but very red. The taste is a lot stronger than the smell. It doesn't really smell like blackberry or strawberry or whatever berry this is. I'm assuming it's either blackberry or strawberry. There's seeds in there, so. But the smell isn't really like a berry smell. It's a very slight hint of berry. It's not artificial, it's pretty natural, but it's very sweet, and the sweetness overpowers anything else. So a lot of sugar probably in there. So let's spread this out. So this jam spreads nicely. It's not too congealed, although out of the box, it's a bit congealed. And you don't need to put too much of it. It spreads evenly, or almost evenly, and it's very sweet. So you can use it sparingly without worrying about the flavor going away. So let's take a bite of this. It makes the crackers a lot more palatable, and it adds that extra sweetness of an extra layer to it. You could eat it with the chocolate or with the jam, but with the chocolate and the jam, it's very overpowering. It's almost too sweet, and often I don't say too sweet, but this is almost too sweet. But it's good that they give you the option, because you'll always get these chocolates, but you won't always get the jam. So it's personal preference, whatever you like. The only problem with having all the sugar is having another sugary drink. It's gonna taste a bit unhealthy, but some people like it and others don't. So here we go, almonds. Oh, just put these almonds in there. So you get a hefty serving of almonds here. Very nice packaging. And it doesn't seem like there's any appearance of external salt, so I'm not sure if they're salted. Very crunchy. These are unsalted, but they're not very hard to chew. Sometimes when almonds get a bit stale or when they're very dry, they get hard to chew, but this doesn't dehydrate your mouth completely. So it's very good. Of course, chocolate and almonds are good, but not as good as the hazelnuts we had last time. And this chocolate melts very easily. I mean, maybe because the sun's scorching it, but strange weather for November. Especially since last weekend, it was like 35 degrees Fahrenheit at this time. So let's not spend too much time on this, as we've already reviewed all of this before. And let's go straight to the soup. It's hard to lick the jam off the spoon, so I might use another spoon. So here we go. All the herbs have either encrusted around the rim of the soup, where the water meets the bowl, or at the bottom, as you can see. It's like a green circle. So let's just stir it up. Not that many rations have soup in it, so I'm a big fan of soup, and especially chicken soup. So let's just take a sip, straight from the bowl. Oh man, I know I was supposed to put more water in there. It was supposed to be 400 milliliters. I put about like 300, I think, and it's very concentrated. It's very salty, but the savoriness has also kind of doubled. It's so savory, I can't explain it. This isn't like Lipton's cup of soup. It really isn't, because they don't give you these types of herbs. The herbs are very, very aromatic, and it's a very rich, light broth. The broth itself is light, even though it's quite salty. So let's take another 2 sips of that. Yes, lots of sodium in there. It actually does smell like the cup of soup instant chicken noodle soup, but the herbs are much more concentrated here, and it's very apparent from its appearance, whereas in the American type, you don't really get a lot of herbs. So let's just rinse our hand off with this lemon refreshing towelette. Oh, right out of the packet I could smell it, even though my face is like a foot away. It smells really nice. Wow, look at those beads of moisture. Look at that. Being very gentle with this. Hear that? It's got a nice wrinkle to it. Ooh, okay. So let's move on to the cherry vitamin C flavored drink. The powder has kind of just congealed, and it almost feels like it's crystallized because I can't get it off the top. Like, there's just like a huge chunk here that I can't get out. Oh, it's gonna tear, whatever. All right, I'm just gonna be prepared for it to tear. Look at that, it's very crystallized. It almost looks strange. Doesn't seem like there's any moisture that got into there, but let's put a bit more water into the soup so we cool it down, but also dilute it a bit since I didn't put enough earlier. And this should be about enough water for this vitamin C drink. It's almost like we're doing chemistry here. Got like crystals and gems and stuff. It's like geology. Look at that fall in there. Do you guys see that? Look at that. And it's just crystallizing at the bottom. It looks like a very artificial fake neon aquarium. And we're just putting the gravel in there. And I can't really get most of the rest of this powder out. I got like about 80% of it out. But yeah, look at that. It's all on the bottom. I don't know how good the lighting is on camera, but it looks more like an aquarium to me in person than it does a drink. So let's just shake that up. See what we get. So sugar crystals are going to the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, you guys can see that. So I'll shake it up a couple more times and then take a sip out of it. Some air bubbles fizzing at the top. It's like the lightest cherry Kool-Aid. I don't know if it was cherry Kool-Aid, but because since all the sugar's at the bottom, it's very, very diluted at the top. And I put just the right amount of water in there as well. I think it was 12 fluid ounces. So maybe we'll take a sip of this later and it'll taste a bit stronger, but I don't taste much vitamin C. It doesn't taste too acidic. It's just a very slightly sugary cherry drink. So it's okay. I wouldn't say it's too good. Oh, and I also forgot to show you guys the Esbit folding stove. You guys want to see? Look at that. Pretty nice since they give you fuel tablets, a folding stove, and a flameless ration heater. So you have 2 ways of heating up your food, one with water and one with the matches they give you. So it's pretty nice. Let's take another sip of this soup. Maybe it's less salty now. It's still quite salty. Normally with cup of soup, you put it in 180 milliliters. This you have to put in 400 and it still tastes much saltier, which is pretty strange. All right, so let's move on to the main course in a second. So pork with barley. How is this gonna taste? there's the nutrition info, 240 grams, and then 100 grams of meat. So 140 grams of barley and vegetables and other stuff. Pretty cool. Let's open this up. Let's knead it first. It's a nice silver retort pouch. Looks very quality. Ooh. Looks like we got like pork innards. Interesting. Well, it looks like a skin-colored mush. Is what it looks like. Let's smell it. It definitely has a bit of a pate smell to it. Very interesting. All right, let's take it out with the spoon. Look at that. I can't really identify barley. There's definitely meat. It's like some pink chunks with some congealed sauce. So let's give it a try. Doesn't really taste like there's any barley in it. It just tastes like pate with a bit of extra meat. So it's like a pork with pate sauce. Interesting. Very interesting. It's well seasoned with salt, but there's no pepper or other seasoning. And I don't see any vegetables in here. So it's just like pork with a grain slosh. But this tastes like what I expect like Eastern European, like classic food would taste like. And it does taste really good. It's not overly salty, but has a really good texture. You can still taste the pork, and you can feel it too. See if we can find some barley. Okay, so there we can find some barley. See that? That front grain right there. Let's try that. The barley's cooked really well. It's really subtle because it's not hard or anything. So it just blends in with the pork, which is really nice. And you don't get that much of barley flavor either. It's very porky. Take another bite of this. So overall, how would I rate this compared to the beef stew? I think the beef stew is better. Just because it had more spices, it was better seasoned and had more components. But overall, this is still a fantastic meal. I would still give this an 8.5 out of 10. Compared to some US rations that I've had, this main course is really, really good. So props to Lithuania for that. Now, before I leave, I'm just gonna give this one more shot. Cherry vitamin C drink. Now that tastes a lot more refined. You would think that because there was a lot of crystals and stuff, that it would be a very sugary drink, but you'd be wrong. It's a very light tasting drink. It's not too sugary, and it's not very acidic either. So this goes down very easily if you're sensitive to stronger tastes. So I'm very glad about that. And of course, this jam is very sweet, but not so fragrant. But the chocolate and biscuits are fantastic, and the almonds are saltless, which is good because we have lots of salt in the chicken soup. So next week I'll be reviewing either a cold weather US ration or something else if I decide to order. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Lithuanian MRE review. And stay safe, guys. It's November. We only have a month and a half to go until 2021. So peace out.